What's up guys, Venom RB here, and today we have a bit of a deviation from my normal car game content. Today we're going to be checking out Oaklands. Now shout outs to the developers for giving me early access. I'm actually recording this a day before release, so some stuff is subject to change, but pretty much everything should be how it is going to be on release at this point. But yeah, so we're just going to be checking out Oaklands. I'm sure some of you remember I did a Woodmill Inc. video, and that's basically was the old version of this, but it got taken down, and now the game's been remade completely. Whatever the case, we're just going to be checking out this game. If you want to play it, the links will be down in the description below. And also, if you're a new viewer or a long-time viewer, let me know if you'd like to see a series on this game where I do like fun stuff with my friends, just messing around, because a lot of us really like these styles of games, and I would love to do like a series on it. So yeah, for the Woodmill fans, for the Oaklands fans now I should say, let's get right into the video. Alright, so now we're just going to get into an overview of the game. So here's the map, it's right there, very nice. So let's just, let's start off with the store. There's the Oak Depot. So we have this beautiful man right here, Bob. And here's all the stuff for sale. So a lot of people are probably familiar with Lumber Tycoon watching this video. So instead of sawmills, we now have sanders for wood, which I'll show off at my base later on. So here's sanders. And then since this game has mining, I don't know if I mentioned it, but it has mining, you have refinery equipment for mining stuff. You have schematics, which in Lumber Tycoon are blueprints, but in this game they're called schematics. And there's not that many of them, which might confuse people, but unlike in Lumber and other games, these are scalable. And so I will also demonstrate that later on. So obviously, if you are going to have mining, you're going to need pickaxes. So I have one in my inventory right here. We have saws and chisels, and then we also have axes, which everybody would expect. We have conveyors, corner, tilt, and straight. We have cheese for whatever reason. Why wouldn't there be cheese? And we have forges, which again, more mining stuff, And then also for vehicles, we have these three in the game currently: the Grand Barrow, the Barrow, and then the Floored Putter. And then there's also a free starter car. So that's it for what's in the store currently. Now we'll go ahead and check out what's for sale at the Lighthouse. Smooth transition to that. Alright, so here we are at the Lighthouse. They sell some stuff like property spawn locations, so you can choose where you want to spawn on your property, which I think is a very nice touch. Something really exciting they're selling is the Gift of Alpha Uncertainty. So it will not open until the game transitions into beta. It's 15,000. I have no idea really what's in here. Probably some sort of axe. I don't know if it's going to be an alpha axe like Lumber Tycoon 2. Probably not an exact copy, but I really don't know. We also have lanterns to light up your base, and then the starter vehicle should you want to buy another one for some reason. And that is run by David Chicken. Alright, so now we'll go over to the junkyard, look at some of the trees, and also give my opinions on the cars. So this is the most expensive car in the game currently. It's the Grand Barrow or whatever it's called. All in all, chassis for the car is acceptable for what the game is. Obviously this isn't, a racing simulator game. The chassis and just the cars in general are a lot less glitchy than other games that involve chopping trees, if you know the one I'm talking about. So that is quite nice. Overall, just cars work great. They hold a fair amount, they're pretty affordable, and they're pretty quick. So here we are at the Junkman and his junkyard. This is where you sell stuff. There's also a selling place behind the Oak Depot. This is where I usually come just because you buy stuff in bulk really easily. So all you do is you pull your vehicle into here, and then you talk to him, and he'll buy everything, your vehicle or everything on that plot of yours. Currently, I don't believe there's anything for sale in here. But yeah, so this is the junkyard. Actually looks pretty nice. I really like how it looks just in general, and definitely my favorite place to sell. Now let's just go check out some base stuff. Something nice this game has are just signs in general pointing you to where stuff is, which just makes things a lot easier, especially when you're just starting out the game on where to go. Another cool thing is you have your property sign, which is right here. So as you can see, property number 1 owned by Mr. Venom RB. So now we are at my base, which is a little messy right now, but let's just go over all of this stuff now for funsies because we're here. Alright, so I'll give a demonstration on first how refinery stuff works and how you put stuff through stuff basically. So as you can see, here is my not refined piece of metal. goes through, and it comes out this side right here, and it's iron, which is pretty cool. Here we have some sandstone. You can put that through. Sand. Here we have this stuff. Put that through right there. And we have tin. So that's how that works. And then as for the sander, I will chop a tree and give a demonstration of that. So while we're talking about chopping trees, we might as well go over the new GUI in general for everything. You can choose how much damage you do to the tree, which is pretty neat. Just the way it all looks in general is clean. The GUI for this game is very clean. You have stuff like your build mode. You have user management, which is pretty cool. You have your settings. You have your achievements, which are really fun. You can see how much you've accomplished. And then you have Game Pass stuff, economy stuff, which we'll probably have more in the future, but I'm not positive on that. All right, so here's how the sander works. As you see, just put it in. And now I have oak. So that's pretty neat. And then vehicle respawn pad, you just hit respawn vehicle. I don't believe it charges you money, which is a very nice feature because that was annoying in Lumber Tycoon too. Now let's go over building, which is another rather important thing. I don't have much room. Actually, first let's go over expand property because I can. So here's expand property. Basically, you can expand pretty large. As you can see, every time you expand, obviously it goes up. So let's just expand out 2 because I can afford it, and then I can show how you build stuff. So that's expanded my base a little bit. All right, so now you're gonna go to schematics. I only have 2 right now because I'm cheap. So you're just gonna place that, and then I typically close out of it. And then from there, you have the move tool, which is very convenient. Your rotate tool, you can just drag it around like that. And then you also have destroy tool. Place tool, but then you have your scale tool. So that helps a lot. So if you want to, let's just say I want to build it like that, why not? You're then going to finish placing it, bring some oak around. As you can see, it slowly becomes more filled, and I believe the same thing will work with ores. So let's just do that really quick as well. Let's place a little wedge down there. Grab some of this lovely tin. And voila, we have that. And then if you want to, say, scale it down or move it, you can select and move. If you want to rotate it afterwards, you can. You can even scale it down after the fact. You obviously cannot scale it up without filling it more, but you can scale it down. And then if you don't want it, destroy and destroy. To select it is just F. So ultimately, a much more precise building system. There's also a grid, so you can figure out how much you want to move it around. Much more precise. You can do it with everything from vehicle spawners to, sanders, walls. There's all sorts of things you can do it to. And it's just much more precise, easy system to use in general. All right, so now let's just check out a basic mining thing. There's rocks all around the map. As you can see, you just click. Same as if you're chopping a tree, more or less, just different tools. You cannot, for example, chop this with an axe. It doesn't work. Same as you cannot chop a tree with your pickaxe. You have to use the correct tool for the correct job. But you just grab it. You can put it in your truck if you want, or you can just take it back there, put it through, and there you go. Alrighty, so now here we are at the top of the mountain, sort of the top of the map at Mike's Mines. Now, unfortunately, you don't seem to be able to get in it in this current state of the game. I'm sure, or not sure, I should not say that, but I would imagine the mines will open up in the future. And then just here's the other side of the island in general. There's Ook Lake. The map overall just looks very nice. We'll go off-road a bit. Fun fact, when you're not on the road, your cars go 10 studs per second slower. Just like a neat touch for some realism. But overall, the map just looks pretty good. It's a relatively big size. I would imagine there will be more stuff added in the future. However, do not hold me to that because I have no real idea. I'm just kind of guessing here. So here's the front of the island with all the stores and stuff, and then there's the back side of it. All in all, the map looks pretty nice. It's pretty big. And what I also like is bases spawn relatively far apart, so you don't feel like you're right next to people. And it kind of just makes you have like your own area, so where you don't have to like fight over wood with people and just stuff like that. So that's just slightly nice. It is, however, a little annoying when you're way on that side of the island and you need to sell stuff way on this side of the island. But other than that, it's pretty nice. So now we can talk about wood. I believe there are 4 trees currently. Obviously there's going to be more, but we have this tree, which I believe is literally just called tree, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so we have tree. I guess that just hasn't been named yet. We have oak right here. We have birch, the white one, and then we have palm. So these are currently the 4 trees in the game. You no longer have to exploit to get palm wood, so that's pretty cool. Just along here, there's like small details like wood fence. There's some like closed up mines. Alright, so for those curious, here's what the game looks like at night. The lighthouse does this nice light going around, which is pretty neat. All the stores are still open. They don't sleep. As you can see, they are 27/4. Yeah, let's just start back at the map. Actually, you know, people are gonna ask, does the water kill you? So I might as well just show you. It doesn't seem to. Now, I don't know if that'll change when the game comes out or not, but it doesn't seem to right now. Anyways, that's about all for this video. We'll end it off where we started, looking at this beautiful map. If you'd like to play this game, links will be down in the description below. Definitely a really fun game. If you're somebody who's into Lumber Tycoon 2 or Refinery Caves, I would highly recommend you check it out because this game is basically just both of those but better. Yeah, that's about it. If you'd like to see a series on this, I would like to do one. So yeah, let me know. If you wouldn't like to see a series on this, if I want to do one, I will. Too bad. But yeah, it's going to do it for the video. Once more, check the game out in the description, and I will see you all in the next one. Venom out.